Hello and welcome to my tips and tricks video of the forest. This was inspired by Chewy Chew. Thanks for subscribing and leaving a comment, and thanks for asking me to make this video. So we're gonna take it real nice and slow and start off by collecting everything in the plane. Just eat up. Then of course the luggage is a very important part of our adventure. You can kill deers and lizards. Lizards are way easier to kill, and you can take their skin. Their skin is useful for an armor. Their skin is useful to have armor. And of course the luggage. This contains medicine, booze, and various other things, but you'll probably already know this, so let's go over to the tips and tricks. The best tip I have for you is just begin exploring. The plane crashes on different locations, so it would be impossible for me to show you a path to follow. But the map, all in all, isn't that big, so you can just begin exploring, man. It's an adventure out there. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to show you a few locations and give you a few basic understanding of the surroundings so you can find these locations. But the most important part in the beginning is to find these structures. These are called effigies, and the cannibals are really hard, but just cut this down, take a skull, combine the skull with a stick, and you'll get this weapon. As you can see, this does a lot of damage, and this is a necessity in the beginning, because when it turns night and there are cannibals behind you, you want to protect yourself for a little bit at least, and this can help you in that. Now here are blueberries. Aside from the animals, this is the only thing you can eat and not get damage. So every other kind of berries and stuff will give you damage. You can also make a pouch, and then you can collect these and hold them with you. You can make a pouch by killing a rabbit and taking its fur. Then here we have like a little cave entrance. You will find these on various locations, but I suggest you wait until you have a lot of stuff to go in there, because you can see you can have monsters in there, and you're gonna need a lot of light, so that means a lot of cloth. Now these are the things you want to find. In these bases you'll find various stuff like money, luggages. We have lizard here for the armor, as I said before. This stuff respawns as well. You'll find a pot here, you know, some rope normally. Yeah, there you have it. Cloth, always look for the cloth. You're gonna need a lot of that. But this is a rather small one. There is one big one which I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna try to explain to you how you get there from a certain location. And all you have to do is just come back to this video and look in which direction I would run if I'm at the location. So this is actually the location I was talking about. You'll have this. You can orientate yourself from the big open field. Just see it in that way. Just get your stuff here again. Also the laptops, always break it for this keyboard. You can also find flares in these bases. But how you're gonna orientate you is with this. Give me a second. So you will see the nose of the plane over there, and in there is a flare gun and some circuitry boards, so definitely check that out. But so you can see there's the nose, and you're gonna want to go in that direction. Holy shit. I did a lot of damage. Watch out for the rocks. Okay, so the nose is over there. We're gonna go over here. Alright, but this base is the one I was talking about. So, in this one, you'll have a lot of laptops, a cave entrance, sick twisted shit. You'll get rope, you'll get a lot of cloth on this. You will see a lot of washing lines all over the place, and these respawn as well, so just take them all. Then you have these boxes which you can break, a lot of sodas and candy bars normally. You got a lot of luggage. Then here, the same box with sodas and stuff, but here you have dynamite, which is also very nice. But then the most important part, in my opinion, is here in the tree you'll find the modern axe. Now let me explain to you something. You'll get a hatchet in the beginning of the game, and with this hatchet, to chop down trees and start building stuff, you're gonna have to hit like 18 times. I've counted this. And with this modern axe, you're gonna have to hit like 8 times or 9 times. So that's half of what you're hitting with the other hatchet. So this is a real necessity if you want to start building a base. Trust me, you're gonna need this modern axe, okay? So another tip is, if you want the tree to fall in that direction, just start hitting it in that direction. Almost every time it will fall in that direction. Okay, now it didn't, which is weird, but trust me, almost every time it does. Now, I want you to locate yourself again from the nose of the plane, as you can see again over there. And you're just gonna walk here. Now this is gonna come in handy. Here you'll have another cave entrance, but there's something different about this. I'm not gonna show you, I want you to explore yourself, but if you go down in the cave and then you'll have a rope up, you just take that rope up. And then you have 2 ways you can go, the left side or the right side. I suggest just taking them both. The left side has a lot of items, and on the right side you'll get some items as well, and it's fun to go in. But be prepared. Always take a stick and cloth. I don't have a stick at the moment. And with this you're gonna make a torch. The torch is gonna go out every time you're gonna go in water or something like that, or it just goes out after a minute or 3 or 2. But just that's why you're gonna have to need a lot of cloth. You're gonna have to recreate it every time. Alright, and in here you'll find your flare gun, your circuitry boards, a rock. Now, a little tip. It doesn't say that, but you can refill the flare gun if you have flares, which you will find in the bases I showed you. Also, to make a bomb, this is very easy as well. You take the circuit board, you take 1 alcohol, you take a watch, which I don't have at the moment, and you take some money. But the cave that I explained a little while earlier, the previous shot, this contains almost all the items you need for the bomb. Now, another important part to building a base is go to your survival book and find this little thing here. This is a log sled, just takes 16 sticks, and what this is gonna do is you're gonna be able to move this around and put 7 logs in here. And trust me, it's a hell lot quicker than just going 2 logs at a time, which is the maximum amount you can carry at a time. Then another thing is, if you're gonna want to make a bow, which well, you can check it out definitely, but it's not a good weapon because it has a bad accuracy. But you're gonna have to take cloth, a stick, and a rope. Alright. And to make arrows, you're just gonna need a stick and 5 feathers. But that means you're gonna have to kill a lot of birds, or just hit a few birds, not that many actually. You can also throw the spear by holding right mouse button and throwing it. I suggest you do this when you're hunting deers, because else you're gonna need a bow or something, but the deer are fast. Then you're gonna want to collect the teeth of the cannibals you just killed, because with the teeth you can combine these with your axe, for example. Just gonna do them all. Okay, that's because I only had 1 tree sap, but if you cut down trees you'll get a lot of tree sap, and you're gonna have a lot of them in no time. Another tip is something I learned a bit late, but as you can see here, you'll have like a different kind of cannibal. This is probably, if my theory is correct, this is probably the hunting party leader, you know? So if you kill this one, in my own experience, I saw that I was left alone for a little while, because else cannibals will keep coming and you'll get no rest, and if you kill this guy you'll get a little bit of rest, you know? Also, if you're having trouble finding food but not having trouble finding cannibals, just cut off some limbs and you may be surprised, but you can actually eat the arms and legs of cannibals. So that's a good thing, I think. Then something you'll probably know if you ever built a shelter, but if you build one, now, if you build a shelter, you're gonna have the option to save, but also to rest. If there are no cannibals nearby, you're gonna be able to rest and go back to the day. This is very useful. If there are cannibals nearby, you're just gonna go nowhere further and the cannibals will come to you. Yeah, so that's be careful for that. Okay, so I'm gonna show you one last tip. I think I could give you some more, but these are actually not that important. I think it's more fun for you to explore them yourself. You know, explore the combinations, explore the kind of settings they have here, the structures. But there's one important one, especially in the beginning. Like I said, I suggest you just start exploring and finding the camps I told you, I showed you. But sometimes you'll find this, you know, these tents, or like smaller tents, some more modern tents. But these tents are gonna give you the ability to save and go to the daytime or the nighttime as well. So if you're still exploring and it's becoming nighttime, you don't have a base yet, this could come to your rescue. I'm gonna put it that way. Alright. I just want to thank Chewy Chew again for wanting to see this. And I hope these tips and tricks helped you a bit, because I know a lot of players, when they play the forest, they give up in the first day or the first few hours, because they just keep dying, losing all their stuff and shit. But trust me, if you follow these tips and just be prepared a little bit, just build yourself a small base, doesn't need to be big, you're gonna be safe. And there is so much to explore. It doesn't seem that way, but the caves there are many caves and various paths you can take in them, you know, various monsters you'll find, so just keep with it for a while, trust me. Alright, and I'll hope I see you in a new video. If this video helped you in any way, I would really appreciate it if you liked or subscribed. You don't have to, but I would appreciate it, and it would give me a good sense of if I'm doing something right or wrong. Okay. Alright, thanks guys.